Hello Virgos and welcome to your reading. Okay, so I meditated for the month of November. I meditated on your energy, and the cards that popped out are as following. So, what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month? Here, the two first cards I have is the Six of Swords and the Lovers. So, together that is because the Six of Swords is when we finally move to calmer mind that affects our emotions also. With the Lovers, we're talking about a decision, an inspired decision. The Lovers is the opposite of the Devil, which we don't see very well in this deck, Illuminati deck, because the symbols are not, they're very artistic and beautiful, but they're not so well represented in the Rider-Waite. It is, you have the same characters, they're not tortured like that, but here you're inspired by the divine, and usually the woman will look at the angel and the man will look at the woman. It represents that part in us where we unify our two opposites. That's why it represents Gemini. We unify our masculine and our feminine to work into one goal, inspired by the highest parts of us, through our intuition, our creativity, and our action. So that decision, that will to be inspired and create from that, to elevate yourself, moves you to calmer waters. And also here I have the Eight of Cups. So in a way it's like noticing, well, I see now that the level or what I have emotionally in my life, what has been built or how I am feeling, it's not satisfying anymore. And I am deciding to go in that quest under the moon. That means in my unconscious, in the unknown, even though I don't know where it's going to take me, but I take the inner decision to go get an Ace of Cup or a Two of Cup, to get more. And going on that quest, well, you will probably meet this guy, your devil. It's always there. When it appears in a tarot deck, it's because we can face it on the aspect that it acts. So in a way it's positive to see it, because that means we have the consciousness to be able to act on it instead of just in the shadow. So there you're going to face this little devil there. Under our decision that actually calms our mind enough to propulse us in a movement, I have the Seven of Pentacles. And that is when we look at our life, we tend to our garden, the quotidien, the routine, and at the same time there's this noticing that the fruits are not ripe yet. We cannot collect right away. And that's why sometimes in some decks it's called impatience, because it's that moment where nothing is moving, nothing is happening. We still have energy to put on. So you are in a process. You've put energy and there's still energy to be put on. Here under our Eight of Cups, I have the Queen of Wands. So some of you could be dealing with the fire sign, but this is the part of us that knows what she wants, the willpower, and will allow it. Opens up to allow, to attract and allow her will. And since it's under the Eight of Cups, this tells me that this is a conscious decision you're making that is in accordance with your wands, your fire, even if you're Virgo, very earthly. We all have the elements within us. Under our devil, I have the King of Cups. So maybe what you will see has to do with emotions. Yes, your mind is aligned, your will is aligned, but your devil is hiding in your emotions, and that's why you were feeling like the Eight of Cups. Here under that decision, looking at what we have invested until now and being in that process, I have the Knight of Swords. So when I say your mind was clear, yes, your mind is clear. It's like, this is the way I should go. And here under that Queen of Wands and the will to go on that quest, I have the Nine of Pentacles. So you are solid in there. You know your value. You know what you have built until now. From 7 to 9, there is that... this is like, I understand, I see what I need, and I start from a strong place of who I am, my value, and what I've built until now. That's why the Pentacles, they are like a path behind her. Here under our little devil and the King of Cups, I have you, the Hermit. But that is going inside, finding one's truth, and being guided by our wisdom. Ten of Cups, end of a cycle of the emotional limit that you were in. End of a cycle, yes, the world. And then I have the King of Pentacles. That's your masculine side. That means your actions, solidity, commitment, all of that. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. So there is something by going within, maybe going into your waters, you will get an understanding and a light that will be shone on whatever was holding you back, giving you the opportunity to close a cycle and to act out there in your greatest form of your masculine side. That means, that's why I say acting, being, the movement from outside. Okay, let's clarify this. I call upon the light. I call upon Spirit, the Holy Spirit. I call upon the Divine and my guides to help me clarify this reading for Virgos. Virgos for the month of November. Virgos for the month of November. Okay, talk to me about the Lovers, that decision. The Lovers for the Virgo. What is it? What is that decision? Inspired decision. Four of Cups. And that's a normal, since after that you're deciding to go get an extra cup. It's because you're looking at what you're living until now. The universe wants to give you a cup and you can't see it. But you're making the decision to go and get it. To actually make the movement towards it. And that is your decision. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Show me the Eight of Cups. So it's from a decision, from an insatisfaction. Page of Swords. Decision, communication, learning. I want to go on a quest and find out and understand understand why I feel like that, what is missing, where can I go to improve that. And that comes from a inner reflection and a realization that you are not satisfied. So, what is that devil? Show me. Show me what is the devil for the Virgos. King of Pentacles. Isn't that funny? Because see, you finish there. You're gonna transform it. Scorpio. So that can also be very Capricorny. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn, with a King of Pentacle Capricorn there. But there's, if you're not dealing with a Capricorn, that would be that your limit is in that capacity to generate profit, to generate financial security and abundance, commitment. These are all these things. Capricorn is extremely committed, very focused in and zeroed in on a task. And that's a strength, and also can be a handicap if you cannot see the other realities and just focus on something that is limiting. So here we're talking, it's affecting your King of Pentacles inside of you. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Talk to me about the Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. You're making a decision. That's the decision that gives you the opportunity to move to calmer waters. That's looking at what you've invested and what you have gained until now, because he's assessing the Seven of Pentacles. And from that assessment, and we know Virgos can assess very long time, you make a decision based on wisdom and understanding. She gets that sword that after you decide to run with. So, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. The Moon. So, and we know that the quest of the Eight of Cups is done under the moon. So you are going to go into the shadow part of you to make that quest and see what's missing and what has to be transformed. Could all be that Scorpio moon that you are being influenced by. King of Cups. King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here? Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. So, rebalancing, and here we have our Knight again. So, okay, King of Cups. He's the one that went all the way deep into the emotions, often Scorpio, understands all of that. That's why he's emotional intelligence. That's why we say he's often like a psychiatrist, gives advice, an advisor, has that compassionate, emotional compassion because of his understanding. Here we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the also an end of a cycle of Pentacles. It can represent family also. Anything that is long term, from one generation to another. Justice comes on that. There's a karmic balance and a karmic justice that comes on that also. could be father figures also, because the King of Pentacle often is a father figure. But there's a rebalancing here by understanding deeply the ramification of something that was hidden in the moon, and going on that quest so that you can feel more, so that you can rise your capacity to feel more. You're going to bring justice on that, a rebalancing of that. Prince of Sword. So Prince of Sword, he gets that understanding, that truth, and he just wants to communicate it. So I have the Knight of Cups and I have the Ace of Swords. So yes, he gets that truth, that understanding. And now, see, from that decision that you couldn't see that cup, now there's two movements. I want to move with the truth, and I want to move with a cup. Because this is what I see clearly, that I need to have that water movement. Maybe from the justice that happens here. Here, what is the Nine of Pentacles? Because that movement makes you finish a cycle here. Nine of Cups. Good. From the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. Why? Because you decide and you see clearly that you need to move with your heart there to get that cup that you couldn't see before. You make the conscious decision to take that cup and to go on that quest, to go see inside what was preventing you from doing that. And from doing that, you arrive at the Nine of Cups and at the Nine of Pentacles, being solid in who you are, very independent, and emotionally satisfied by yourself. Now you go inside, Virgo. There you are. Because we're switching from Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Closing a cycle. So, Hermit, what do you see inside, Virgo? What do you see inside? Following your light there. Ooh, you see the Seven of Swords. Ooh, and there's the Devil. You see a thief in the night. You see trickery. You can see for some of you this will be self-sabotage. For others of you this will happen outside of you, where you will not notice a kind of, because this is when our power is being removed. So here we have the Devil again. For a very few of you, if I read that, because you can read tarot from the pentacle level, from the water level, from the sword level, and from the wands level. On a very pentacle level, some of you are married with an earth sign. You are going to divorce because you're going to feel that self-confidence again, where you are well with yourself, and when you're strong enough, you're going to go inside and see clearly the dynamic that's happening, and you are going to divorce. That's some of you. That would be on the pentacle level. Very earthly, 3D manner. If we go more on a soul level, or an emotional level even, you see that there's something missing inside of you. You understand now from a decision, from an inspiration from higher than you, that you need more than that inside of you. You decide to go willingly on a quest after a process of analyzing what you have gained until now, and you get the clarity on what is missing inside of you and how you were maybe limiting yourself into something from something solid. And that understanding closes those two cycles of true commitment and happiness, so that you can gain an even higher level of that. And all of that is like going inside and seeing that you are strong enough, that you have what it takes to have more. You will face your inner demon, how you can sabotage yourself with your way of thinking. Okay, what is the world? And those two processes, the world. So yeah, end of a cycle with a Capricorn or with your inner devil. And that is propulsing you, the Fool, into a brand new cycle. So what is the King of Pentacles? And that's why the Wheel of Fortune is there. The Wheel of Fortune moves when we get the understanding. When we understand the riddle of our life. Why do I live this? I get it now. So the Wheel of Fortune that used to repeat the same thing will rise to a new level. That's why there's a Sphinx on top of it. See? Your quest of the Eight of Pentacles will put you in a position of finally receiving your due, receiving what is coming from you, from your will and your decision, because it comes from a Two of Wands. And that will, you have it here, you're doing consciously going into the moon to see what is holding you back, what is missing, what can I do to do it. Going deep inside, King of Cups, and seeing the end of a cycle of maybe how emotionally and even financially you were held back. And that quest will bring something towards you. So you're freeing yourself from the devil. On whatever level you're living it. So a bad partner, or that sinuous energy there that can be hiding and preventing us from being at our fullest potential. So that's beautiful. Beating the devil. That's going to be the title of your video. So on this, my beautiful Virgos, I'm gonna wish you love and light for the month of November. Thank you for your shares and comments and subscribing. I read all the comments, and it brings warmth to my heart, everything you're writing. Also, the winner of last month's contest is Chinaraé Pratt Horton. And so if you recognize yourself, write to me down below. Is all the inscription in the plus section to get private readings and things like that. And also thank you for your donations. You have no idea how much that helps. And this month again, I'm going to do a ceremony to give you back in the shape that the universe sees fit. And I'm going to do it on the new moon and the full moon of the month to give it more power. So, on this, love and light, and have a beautiful month of November, Virgos. See you next month. Bye-bye.